Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I don't know what is it for you, Smari, now, like you are in United States. For all our European brothers here, it's obviously good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well. This time I'm not feeling, um, very different, like as if I'm meeting you after a long time or something like that, because we are always making Twitter spaces and we have been connected there and we have been discussing a lot all these days, at least for people who are regularly attending the Twitter spaces, they know what I'm speaking about. And this is a monthly program. So where I have to take pieces of all those conversations that we had in spaces and I have to present in front of you. So it's been a very great month, the first month of the year in 2022. Great progress have been made, which I will be going one by one. So firstly, we launched sentiment analysis indicator version 2, where you could see much more details and much more different things, like based on 1 week look back period. This is very, very great, because for people who want to make any trading decisions based on positional trading, when the trend is really good, then you can really make use of that one, and you can take a weekly position or even a fortnight position, 15 days, 20 days, you can easily make it. So this is what we launched at the very beginning. And what we are trying to do next with the same sentiment analysis indicators is to create smart indicators. So smart indicators is something which will develop signals, just like how the quant models develop signals like buy and sell. It's the direct, straightforward things. So we are trying to do the same thing using sentiment analysis. So there is one quant model which gives you buy and sell, and there is another one which is sentiment analysis indicators, which gives you buy and sell at the same time. And if these two different models are working together, then that is going to be very amazing. So what we are developing at this point of time is to have different time frames for sentiment analysis indicators. So this is something like version 3. We have version 1 and version 2 and version 3 now, which we are coming out with. In that one, you can see the global view of the version 2 product that we launched on a weekly basis and daily basis also. Currently, like you are seeing evolution on long-term basis, longer time frames, but on the shorter time frame, you will be able to see the evolution of it. So this is what we are already developing. And next, what we will be coming out with is smart indicators, because smart indicators are very amazing, which will directly give you buy and sell signals. And this will also be good for us to mix those signals with our existing quant models also. So that's why we are developing this one, and it's not just about that one, but there is a very big game here where as far as business is concerned, because we can sell these data to institutions, hedge funds, and everybody. So it opens up another door for us, and it's a very, very profitable business, because making this kind of sentiment analysis engine is very, very difficult, and we have achieved it. And to improvise that one is also quite tricky, and we are working on it. And once we have all the smart indicators and everything to sell these data, it's amazing. And like then you have to just take care of these models, which is not so difficult. We have to give some new inputs and new sources of data, new sources of information, and then it goes autonomously afterwards. So to target B2B business, it's very, very crucial, and it's very important for us to have all this infrastructure. Currently, we are investing all our time and resource in creating this infrastructure and framework, not just straightly going into the product itself. Because if you build a very strong base, which we call as foundation, then you can do anything after that one. But if foundation itself is very weak, then whatever you build on top of that will not be good. So that's why we are completely focusing all of our resources and energy on building the frameworks. So our framework is already ready for sentiment analysis. So what we are building is the indicators. And once we have the indicators, we'll be using it for making our quant models. This is point number one. And also, like, we will be able to sell these data to institutions and other people who are interested in sentiment analysis indicators and sentiment analysis data. We also came to know, like, it's not just about quant funds, like, who will be interested in buying these data, but there are other type of customers also. Like, for example, imagine like Coin Market Cap or any of these kind of websites. They would like to show it to their visitors of their website about the sentiments or about any particular review about a coin, what people are thinking about. So it's even these kind of people will be buying these data from us. So it's not just people who are interested in trading, then your total addressable market becomes very small. But here, like, it's very big, because there are a lot more people who are interested in this kind of data and in this kind of, technology itself. So this is what we are working on currently on as far as sentiment analysis is concerned. Then currently, like, as far as models are concerned, like, as I said, we are working on creating trailing stop losses at the model level itself and not at the execution engine level, because there is two ways to do this one. One thing, you can do it at the model level, which is very difficult. It's very tough. And the second thing is like to do it on the execution engine, which is very easy and which is very straightforward. But currently on our execution engine, we don't have this type of feature. So we are trying to do it at the model level itself, because in the range bound market, we can easily get 1 or 2 percentages once any trade has started. And if you can conserve those 1 or 2 percentages, then that is going to add up your profitability. So for those reasons, like, we are just trying to do it at the model level itself and not at the execution engine level. And model level, like, we have made very good progress already. And we will be making one meeting on Monday to discuss more about that, because we need to take some decision now, like how exactly this has to be designed, like whether it should be based on percentages or it should be based on like market situations. If we make according to market situations dynamically, then we have to back test it for a few years to see like such a scenario, how it would have panned out a few years ago, if it was really there. If it is the percentages, then we will have to find out the optimal percentages to take profit at certain points, depending on the markets, depending on the model, depending on the coin also. For example, 10% fall in Bitcoin, it's not so common, it's not so normal. But 10% fall in like any other, like altcoin, it's very easy. Like they can go down 10%, they can come up even 10%. Like Curve, for example, it can go down 15-20% sometimes. It is easily possible. But on ETH or something, we don't see such kind of drastic fall happening so easily. So we have to see it at the coin level, at the volatility level, and also at different situations and circumstances. So this is what like we need to backtest, and these decisions we will be making on Monday to find a very best solution so that it will be highly profitable for all the traders. And yeah, like we have also started to work on mean reversion strategies, because currently the strategies that we have is trend following strategies, which works very good like if it's a completely dumping market or it's completely pumping market. It's not true that like it performs only in the bull market. It's absolutely not true. It performs very well in the bear market also, but it doesn't perform well in range bound market, because range bound market is very, very challenging one, because in range bound markets are mainly manipulated. What happens is like either longs are liquidated or either shorts are liquidated with just like one spike. And in that one spike, actually, the stop loss gets triggered, and it is not even any kind of indication of a bull run or a bear run. So that is why range bound markets is generally very, very, very difficult for anybody to design any kind of strategy. So once we have like mean reversion strategy, it can reduce this problem to a large extent. But I'm using the word reducing because even that will not be 100% perfect. There is no such thing which works perfectly in a range bound market, because it's very tough, because when range bound markets are going on, then the volumes are very low. And if the volumes are very low, it can be easily manipulated. And there are a lot of stakeholders in this market, like it can be exchanges, it can be someone else who can manipulate the whole system. So it will remain challenging. But at the same time, like what we can do is like we can just prevent. For example, now pandemic is everywhere. So what we can do to protect ourselves, like we can sanitize our hands, we can wear a mask, but still there is no 100% assurance that you can't get it, right? You can get it. You can get it in so many ways. So in the same way, like it's just a prevention. So that's why we will be having a very strong mean reversion strategies. Once we have mean reversion strategies, as of now, because we don't have the strategy factory, which will be my next topic, until that comes into existence, we will have to make this arrangement manually. I mean, like when there is a trending market, we will keep a trend following, momentum, and swing strategies. This one in the existence. And once we feel that like market is slowly dying out of its trend and it's mean reverting, or it's a range bound market with a negative bias, then we will try to replace those models with mean reversion strategies. It's just like switch off and switch on, switch off and switch on. And this we have to do it manually as of now, because we don't have strategy of factoring. If it is there, then that will do it automatically. But since we don't have it, we have to do it in this way for some time until we get that into the production. And this is good for, like for the users, this is good for everybody, so that like they will be able to take advantage of any type of market. And this is how we can make a system like all weather system, like in any kind of conditions, which can generate like consistently profits and which can tackle the markets very well. So this is what we were thinking as an immediate solution. But once we have strategy of factory, like which is completely very deep AI, and it will be able to make all these things automatically by seeing the market condition itself. It will pick like which type of strategy it has to apply, whether it has to be intraday or positional or scalp or whatever it is. Like it will be taking the decision based on that particular day's market situation or market conditions. So this is how we are also working on mean reversion strategies. But if mean reversion strategies is even ready, and if someone is thinking like, okay, just make separate bots on mean reversion strategies, we will select that one. It's like, for example, BNB positional mean reversion strategy bot, BNB positional trend following bot. If you make it like that and we will select it, no, you are totally wrong. It doesn't work like that. Because mean reversion strategies means you will make a lots and lots of small profits. When you make loss, it is huge loss. In trend following, you make a lot of small losses. And when you make profits, it's huge profits. That is why even in the bots you are seeing, when markets are trending, you are making 10%, 12%, 6%, 8% profit, everything eating take profit. But at the same time, like when there is loss, like it's exiting at 2%, 3%, it's very rare, like it goes to 5 or 8 or something like that. But most probably, if you take a global average of it, it's between like 2 to 4. So it stops there because they are trend following and trend reverses, so they exit. But mean reversion is not like that. It's quite dangerous to sell it just like that. You need some kind of technology to be, like to safeguard you from it. It's mean reversion strategies currently, like when we tested on some of the stocks also. For example, we took the data of Apple stock in the past 2 days. We tried to see it, and there were some periods when mean reversion strategies were doing very good. They were doing very good actually. But if you just allow the same strategy to run for some more time, it will take away all those profits. So that's why there is no such kind of single strategy which can work all the time. Or like you can use trend following strategies and you can leave it for 5 years, you will be profitable, because the assumption is like the very nature of crypto is following the trend. The very nature of crypto is always positive. For example, if you've seen the prices of crypto from 2015 to 2022 or 2018 to 2022, even if you take the 2018 peak when Bitcoin was $20,000 or $19,500, and if you see it now, it's above that. So in between, it gone to like $3,000 and then it went to $4,000 and everything happened. But if you just see the prices, we are there, we are back to that price. So if you're trading and if you're having that point of view, then trend following strategies are always evergreen. It doesn't matter what happens in between, but what matters is like at the end of the day, they will always make profits. But there are some kind of, situations like where we can maximize the profits. Like imagine like currently our bots can make money, like if it's dumping market, like clearly coming down or clearly going up. But in between also, if we have some kind of arrangement, then you can make profits like when it's going up, coming down, and in between also. So that's how like your profitability will increase. So that is the reason like why we will not sell mean reversion strategies separately, because they are not like trend following. Trend following, in any case, you will be able to make the money, but mean reversion, I cannot say the same. You will not be able to make the money always like that. So that's why we need the help of the technology. But initially, when we have it, we will be starting with the manual, switch off and switch on procedure. Once we have the technology ready, and then we will be going for the fully automated system, which is what like we call as a strategy factory. We have already started the works on it, creating an architecture, because architecture is very, very important in IT. Before doing something, it's extremely important, because if you make a very robust architecture in the beginning, then you can play around it, you can add so many things, you can remove so many things, you can upgrade it very easily. Even if you want to bring in a new technology later on, you can bring it, integrate it. But if your architecture is wrong, it's finished. Because once you start to build after designing an architecture, you can't do anything, you can't do any more changes. So architecture took some time, and we found the right architecture, we found the right framework, we found the right libraries of Python, because this has to be built in Python. So we started a little bit of work on that one. I think by end of April, we will be having this thing, and not just strategy of factory, but we will also be having backtesting engine also. Currently, like I'm so much tired, like, because I've said this almost 100 times, and let this be 101st time. Once again, I will tell you, like the scalp strategies, like when we are sharing the backtesting results, it doesn't mean like actually, we are backtested it only for 6 months. It's not really true. We backtest it like for the entire period, as much as it is available. It is available from 2019 on Binance futures, and that is what we are taking it as a data. We can also take on Bitmax from 2014 or something, but any kind of price movement without volume giving complement to it, it's of no use, because we need the volume moment and we need the price moment both. And if we don't have it, then those data are of no use. Actually, it will not really help you. So that kind of like low volume data, if you mix it with high quality data that you have today in 2022, it's going to create a lot of problems in the models. That is why we take from Binance from 2019, and we backtest it from 2019. But what happens is, like, imagine like currently the backtesting engine that we have for lower time frames, it can actually give us the data for only 6 months. Because for lower time frame, like, it takes more time to backtest it, and we test it, like, testing and like deriving the value is two different things. And when we have to like make it like 4 different times, it takes a lot more time for us. So once we validate on another validation, cross validation techniques, we are sure like what is the result and how it is going towards. And that is why we don't share it. Otherwise we have it. But anyway, with the new backtesting engine that we are building, we can go to any granularity, and we can go to any kind of data that we want. Like we can take even like 1 minute like a time frame, and we can go for like 3 years or 4 years, and it will be very, very fast. Because this backtesting engine will not only be used for backtesting our own strategies, but the same backtesting engine will be used in build your own bot also, what we'll be having by end of this year, where you will be building your own bot and where you will be backtesting your strategy. You will be using the same backtesting engine what I'm speaking about now. So that has to be highly scalable, very robust, very secure, and it should be like very fast at the same time. Because imagine if 50,000 people are backtesting at the same time, if the backtesting engine is not robust, then it will be very, very, very slow to give you your results. So what we are building now is like infinitely scalable. I mean, like even 100,000 people can backtest at the same time, and it will not take so much time. So in this one, even the lower granularity, it's totally possible, and we will be able to share the results like how everybody expects it. And a new execution engine work also is all the basic one is almost getting completed. We are already performing the trades on development environment, and they're performing very well, and we didn't encounter any special problems as of now. Some small things are there, which will always be there. these things are not really errors, or these things are not really mistakes, and it will not spoil anything, but there will be few things, but we can fix these things. But majorly, we have not encountered any problems so far. It's able to execute altcoin trades, and it's able to execute the future trading bots, everything perfectly. And we are also like trying to make a load test now, which is a stress test in other language, which means like to see how much will be the maximum number of orders it will be able to process per second. I mean, like if it has to, process like 100,000 orders per second for 100,000 clients indifferently, then we have to see like how much time it takes. And we have to convert, I mean, like we have to compare that one with the latency of, let me say, 1,000 users or 5,000 users, 10,000 users. So what is the increase in latency, and how we can bring it down? So these are these are the tests that we are currently doing actually. So to see like the latency and how we can bring down the latency in case if we find some very big latency for large number of users. So otherwise, yes, like we have not encountered any special problem. So it's going on good. And I think like this one, which is built in Node.js, it's very efficient, and it's much more efficient than the Python execution engine that we currently have. Because in the Python execution engine, it's not so much user friendly for us. I mean, developer friendly. We cannot add many features on it. We cannot remove features on it. But with this Node.js execution engine, what we have done, like we can do anything with that one, like trialing stop losses, setting your own stop loss, setting your own targets. You can literally play around it like whatever you want. So yeah, the testing is currently going on, and let's see like when we can put it to production. I hope like it will be happening as soon as possible. Then strategy of factory also, as I said, the strategy of factory and backtesting engine should be ready by end of April. And by that time, we will also have mean reversion strategies. So mean reversion strategies we will have, and trend following, swing, and scalp strategies we already have. So we will be giving all these data to strategy factory, and it will be picking up the best one. Then we will be going to like a strategy selection and portfolio allocation. So this is also very important to have a bundled bot where it will pick up certain strategies which it has highest confidence, and it gives more money to that. It's like, for example, currently you are making 20% to one bot, 40% to another one, 10% to one, and you are diversifying it by giving certain weight. Now imagine like it will be able to do it on its own. So it will be, for example, it will be taking 50% of your money on ETH, for example, 20% of your money on XRP, and rest of the money like on whatever it feels is correct or good. So automatically the allocation will be happening, and that's what I call as like a portfolio allocation engine. So this also will be there like once we finish backtesting engine and strategy of factory, because these two things are the prerequisite for you to have selection of strategy and portfolio allocation. And once we have all these four, then it's just like one more step towards build your own bot. So yeah, so this is what we have, and we have already successfully implemented the third-party marketplace on the platform. It's completely ready now, and now we are looking for third-party providers, third-party publishers. I'm in contact with few people, and I had meetings with few, but I'm not really satisfied with these developers because they're pretty new, and I couldn't really see any kind of history behind them or their work. So I don't want someone like who has just come like 1 year back, and before that he didn't even know what is trading or what are these models or something. And it is very risky, because at least a person should be there in this industry for 5 years to understand something about it, at least from 2017 if it's crypto. If it's equity, then even 10 years is not enough. You have to be there. I mean, like you have to see so many different markets, so many different situations. And if you have survived all these things, and if you're still sticking with the same industry, then it means like, yes, you are made for this industry. If you're just coming because, okay, like everybody is doing, so even I will do, then you keep doing, but you will know you are not welcome at b-cube. That's why when I was digging more into their expertise or something, like they really didn't have that much of deep expertise, and I didn't find them attractive. But they are on, like other platforms, like some of them are on 3 commas and everything. But like at these kind of platforms, anybody can go and post it, the strategies. It's not so difficult. But and we are very careful, and we are bringing those type of people, like what you really appreciate tomorrow. So we don't want to give platform to any person that wants to place a strategy on our platform. I think in another 1 month or so, like we will have it, at least 1 or 2 third-party publishers. Then you will be able to use their platform also. I mean, their products and services, which is primarily trading bots. And a few others I spoke, like they are quite interesting, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet. And they are providing strategies in spot market also, and they are also providing strategies in futures market. So they had both, which was looking very interesting to me. And we have to see like whether they are having some kind of exclusivity clause with some other platform, which needs to be seen. And I have asked for a few more documents and details from them, so that even our lawyer can go through it once, and to see if their association and partnership with some other platform is restricted by any kind of confidentiality clause or something like that. And yes, and the next topic would be about UX UI design. And thanks for everyone who participated in UX UI interviews. And the agency gave us a very good feedback on all the users. It seems like everybody had like very good views and very good vision. And this was precisely what even they were having in their mind about how the website should look like, and what should be the feature, and how it should be, and where it should be, whether it should be on the landing page or whether it should be inside or outside, what should be there on the landing page, value proposition, all these kind of things. So they were very happy about it. And now they have finished all the interviews with all the people that we scheduled with, and all the people were from our community, by the way. And yeah, like they are having good amount of feedbacks from the users, and based on those feedbacks, now they will be making some analysis, it seems. And they have scheduled a call on Tuesday with me, like to discuss further about that, like what was the main inference after having all these interviews, and based on this inference, like how do they see going forward, and how they want to make the design. Even we have like several feedbacks that we have given. For example, the top performing bots, at least 2 or 3 should be on the landing page, where people, when they just come on your web page, like they should be able to see which is the top 3 best performing strategies for this week or this month or whatever it is. Or probably they should be able to make it themselves, like weekly or monthly or something. And there should be the prices also on the landing page. And there should be also like many other things on landing page. For example, the performance, there should be new value proposition, because we just don't have bots now, we have many other services. So people should be aware like what you are selling really. I mean, what and all you are serving. It's not just about one single product that you should focus. And also like it should specifically mention about this taking for free bots, which is not there on the current website. So nobody knows like bots are for free if you have b-cube tokens. So that has to be highlighted also there. So we will be making even this particular highlight in the new website. And also there should be a corner on the landing page where people can see the token burn, because we want to make token burns. So they can clearly see like, okay, token burns are happening, and like when it's happening, when it's how it's coming down. And this will give a lot of confidence to people, like when they look at it, and they don't have to search somewhere how many tokens were burned before. And yeah, like, and also last week, like we worked a lot on the graphs. And personally, like I like this color combination, which was blue and the purple. So I felt like this is really good, and we worked on it, and this is there. And in the new website that will be coming next, it will be even more beautiful, the graphs and everything. It will have like much more information, like for example, what is the particular gain in that particular trade, like what you are pointing towards, and the absolute trade and the monthly, monthly gains and the compounded returns and without compounding returns. All these kind of different statistics will be there on the new website. So we have made points about all these things, and we have also discussed with the UX agency, and there are few things which we need to discuss with them, and that's what we'll be doing next week with them. And yeah, like I think this month we'll be pushing our cyclic arbitrage or n-angular arbitrage bots, which will be used only by us, and we will not be sharing it with anybody, because if we share, like, we cannot really use it for ourselves. And as a company, we need to make profits, we need to make money, we need to make revenues, and this is how a company becomes strong. And I'm always focused on bringing new sources of income for the company and keeping the company highly profitable. This is what is my focus on. So we need to keep some products for ourselves. So we are keeping this n-angular arbitrage bot, which did very great work in the testnet, and now we will be pushing it to the main net. Initially, it will be on Ethereum, on Uniswap and SushiSwap. Next, we will be going towards Polygon Matic. After Polygon Matic, we will be going towards Binance Smart Chain. And after Binance Smart Chain, it will be Solana and Avalanche. Like, these are the 5 blockchains we have in mind, and we'll be going one after the other slowly. Actually, after we make Ethereum, Polygon Matic, and Binance Smart Chain will not be so difficult, because they use the same language, which is Solidity. So it's not much of a work. It's the same codes, but it's a different blockchain. The blockchain data is different, but the underlying language is the same, which is Solidity. And only for Solana, it will be different. It's a Rust. They use a different language. And even for Avalanche, I think it's Rust or some other language they are using it, but it's definitely not Solidity. So we will be first trying to concentrate on Uniswap, because one thing at a time, one blockchain at a time, we want to laser focus on that. So initially Ethereum based, and on Uniswap and SushiSwap, and afterwards going to Polygon Matic and Binance Smart Chain. If we have these 3 things, it's more than enough, to be honest, because most of the dApps are built on that one. Solana and Avalanche, actually, they don't have so much of apps on their platform. It's just more of a hype than the reality. Even though, like, the gas prices are very expensive on Ethereum, and even though there are a lot of issues with Ethereum blockchain, still people prefer Ethereum, or people prefer Polygon Matic. You see, like, Polygon Matic has really, it's become a very mature blockchain, because we didn't hear any other kind of problems on Polygon Matic, and everybody is going to Polygon Matic, despite so much of adoption which is coming in the direction of Polygon Matic. We are not seeing any increase in gas fees, for example, or the transfer speed. It's been amazing, and I think, like, Polygon Matic has a lot of future going forward. So that is why we want to make more towards Polygon Matic. So initially we want to do it on Uniswap, and then to go on Polygon Matic, and then we will be going to Binance Smart Chain, and then to other things. And once we start to make revenues out of it, then we will be using these revenues for buying back the tokens and burning it, and some of the money we will also keep it for our reserves. Yeah, and afterwards, like, after all these things are finished, like, then we will also go for spot market bots, because currently we don't want to go for it. We just want to improvise our future bots. We are looking for new logics and new technology, and we are doing so many experimentations with this one. And that's why, until this gets finished, like, we don't want to go to any new bots, be it futures or be it spot, it doesn't matter. But we want to stay on the future bots that we have now, and we want to make more research on that one. Yes, so these are the important things that we are doing currently, and yes, so, like, everything is going on fine. And last year we have almost made close to 1 million euros of profits. So it's not revenue I'm saying, it's the profits, it's the net profits. for the last year 2021, because we were making books for the company like after last month, and I just happened to see this one. It's a 1 million euros of net profit what we have done. And what we have done, like it's I don't know like any other company like which makes so much big profits like which in just 2 years of operations, but we have made it, and it is only going to increase several folds this year and next year. So fundamentally we are very, very, very strong, and these fundamentals are only going to get more and more stronger as we go forward, because we are having like many other things in the roadmap which also brings a lot of revenues in the company. And we are trying to create that type of platform like where people don't have to go out of b-cube itself, like everything they can find it in b-cube itself. For example, like now one of such innovation, leaving behind all the quant works and all the AI works, everything, just leaving behind them. Just let me think about one thing which is not exactly like related to our work, but something as an extra, which is about, VC investments. So in VC investments also, like we are actually planning to make a very good dashboard for that one, where you will have, when we have the new website, we will also be coming out with this one, where when you go on your dashboard, like you will be able to see the deals. Deals means like the projects like where we are selling it. And based on your tier, like you will be automatically able to see like how much token you can get it, and you can subscribe there, you can pay the USDTs there, and everything will get automated. So we are trying to do even that one also, which will be an extra. And even for this one now, huge value will come, because currently we are not investing in any project because there is no clear conviction for us in any kind of project. Many projects are there like now, and before, these projects were finding it very difficult to go on certain launch pads. But when market cools down, any project can go on any kind of launch pad. Anybody can go. And most of these projects, like they don't have any kind of clear vision or something, because when I dig more into their backgrounds, like what they did in the past, and whether they were genuinely interested in any gaming industry or something, I don't see anything like that one. And I don't even see like they were in some kind of graphics, at least, that it's just an extension of the project or something like that. Even if I have to assume it that way, I'm not seeing anything like that. It's just like many people are coming to these games because this is the trend now, and they're just trying to make some money out of it. And I really don't support such kind of things. Monstropoly has postponed their launch because currently the markets are not so good, so they want to postpone the launch. But they raise the funds. They have like very good investors behind them, and they are keeping me updated about everything. And I'm not going to them every day like, hey, please tell me what's going on. Hey, please tell me when is the listing. Please tell me like who you came. Like it's not my thing, and I have to support the project when they are doing everything rightly. They, as they promised, they released their demo game, which took a little bit more time, but it happens. This is a development work. Like we cannot sit on their head. They know what they are doing. They're not children, and they have been in this industry for a long time. And I'm not even asking anything, but they themselves like keep updating sometimes, like at least once in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something. They're doing good. And once they announce any kind of TGE date or going on any centralized exchange, at that point of time, just like 1 week before or something, then we will make this allocation, what I said about, $250 for 100 people, or like, sorry, $100 each for 250 people. So we will make it like just 1 week or something like that before. That should be enough, because if we accept this money from everybody, then they will start to ask us for tokens. But we don't have tokens because it's not been announced yet. So to prevent all these problems, we will just make this lottery like once we get very close to the, close to the TGE date of Monstropoly. And other projects, like there are many things, like I don't know like how many projects, like every day I come across. Everything looks good, the same thing, the same games, the same theme, the same kind of storyline, and these are not really exciting. And going forward, like more than 80% of these projects will die. I'm 100% sure about that. because these are play to earn projects, and for people to keep playing and to stay motivated on these games, the price stability is very, very important. And if prices are not stable, then nobody see this kind of games anymore, because they would like to play Axie Infinity or something else, which is the frontline projects. But who would like to play a game like when the token is going down so much and you are not even finally you will not get back the money that you're wasting on electricity by playing this game. And this is going to be very, very ugly. I don't think, like, look, that's why you have to be very practical. And there are many games which is looking good on paper. It's looking very good on many things, but I don't think like they will sustain. And many of those lands which were selling last year, I call them as worthless lands. And even today, I'm calling the same, because today really many lands are worthless. Many lands are worthless. All these people who made these IDO things and they sold the lands, like now nothing is happening. It's almost stopped everything now. And nobody wants to do the same things what they were saying before. Like only these frontline companies like Decentraland or somebody, they really have a brand name and they have an image and they have been in this space for a long time. They have very great credibility, and they are selling some virtual lands to Samsung and Binance and these kind of people. Well, this makes sense, like, because these people are there in this industry for a long time, and not for all these Dom, Dick, and Harrys, like, who came to this business like without even knowing what they are doing actually. So it might look good to you, and maybe like for the first time listing, it will give you a good gains, but this is not how I think. And this is the difference between thinking as a professional and thinking as a, like someone who is driven by the hype. Imagine you are getting into a seed round of any metaverse project or any NFT or any kind of boom project. Fine. And if you know that, like, actually the popularity of this type of sector is not there anymore now, like metaverse is not the same in 2022 like the way it was in 2021. So now if you get into metaverse in 2022, what is the chances that even in 2022 or in 2023 there will be the same kind of hype what you saw last year, and maybe even more? The probability is very low. And why I'm telling you this one, the moment you get into a seed round, you're actually signing yourself a death note for your money, because you will be forced to be under 18 months or 12 months vesting period. Okay. And let me say, like, your vesting, you will get only 10% of the allocation that you, like, invested. So let me say, like, you invested $1,000. And this month you will be able to release it like only, $50 or $60. Now it gets, listed at 5x or 10x. So, okay, this $60 became $600. And now, like other months, what you have, it will keep going down. The prices will keep going down. So after 12 months or 18 months, by the time you have all the token in your hand, the price will be so terrible that even if you sell the remaining tokens that you have, you'll not be able to even recover your investment. This is what you need to think. If the project is not so strong, if the game what they are building is not so exciting, and someone putting, like some kind of dragons, some kind of dinosaurs, some kind of, other kind of like boom, boom, baba things, these kind of things are very nice to see, and they have some very nice images, music, and everything. Sure, perfect. But what's the whole point? Like, is it going to be sold in the market? Definitely not. Who will buy it? Why should someone play these games when there are very established players like Axie Infinity, and they are still profitable? Still, people are looking for Axie Infinity scholarships because they are still making money for people. And these kind of new games, there are millions of games. You have to give me what is your USP, like your unique selling proposition of how you will be able to compete with these giants and stay in this industry. You will not be. You are fighting a battle which you will not win ultimately. It's very rare, like someone comes out of somewhere and from nowhere and tries to do something. For example, there was this project by name Sidus, Sidus. You can call it in so many different ways, actually. Sidus was a very different story, because they had like a very, very, very good architecture of the game. I'm saying architecture because they knew how to make the platform at the beginning itself so that they can add so many things on that one. And it's a NFT also, it's a gaming also, it's a metaverse also. And that is why, like, very quickly after getting listed on gate.io, they went to Bybit. They're going everywhere now. Sidus. That is the way like someone needs to have. And when Sidus came, actually, the seed round was going on, but I was just like late by one day and I missed it. And next there was like private round, and I felt like the price increase between the seed and private was a little bit too much. So I let it go, and I really regret it. But I could really see it, like these people can do something because they came at the right time, they had the right opportunity, and they were doing the right things at the right time. And they had everything to back up what they were speaking about. Now I am seeing, like, hundreds of projects like every day coming, and like they are all quite similar, and there are already such kind of games existing. And like there are other type of games, like one cat is beating one dog and dog is beating back the cat, and like who is going to survive at the like I will make more money by hosting a live YouTube video show by creating a fight between a cat and the dog than investing in this project. We can just make like a cat and the dog fighting show on YouTube live. It's really live, and I can make like a betting platform where people will bet like, okay, Garfield the cat is going to win, and somebody will be like, no, Donnie the dog is going to win. And like, let's see who is going to win. Like in this way, we can make hell a lot of money actually than investing in this type of projects. Who will play such a game? Tell me, like hitting against each other, like wow, twang, 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 and this. It's not really a game to me. I mean, like game should be something very, very nice. Like how we find games like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor or something like that. Someone has to build on blockchain. And so many people will see it and they will be motivated to play such games because they are gamers. I mean, gaming is also a full-time profession these days. There are like professional gamers. They will go to it because anyway, they're professional gamers and they want to play, and it's like a championship or a tournament or something like that. Plus they will earn money also, and they will get sponsorship. They can get so many things. That is why I'm feeling like this whole play to earn thing, until they show some kind of maturity in the gaming and maturity in terms of like experience for the user, I don't think like this is going to sustain. And that is why I'm not really, interested in any of this project. And until and unless I see like something very unique, which I have not seen before. You see, like even like many of these NFT based gamings, those NFT prices are falling down. They could not sustain like just 20% drop in Bitcoin. Just 20% drop in Bitcoin, they could not sustain. Imagine if we really go into a crypto winter, what is going to happen to all these kind of NFTs? It will be a massacre. People will lose a lot of money in this kind of thing, especially those JPEGs. Those JPEGs are not even NFTs. They are not even some kind of artistic thing. There are some very, very good artistic things. For example, Galaxy X, where I am invested myself, and I've already made 12x on this particular investment. But they are really, really very good artistic things. If anybody sees Galaxy X, it's very beautiful. It's really very, very artistic. It's not like making some kind of, monkeys. Like, why monkeys? I still don't understand like why they selected monkeys at the first place to start the revolution of NFT. Is it some kind of Darwinism, like from apes to human or something? Or why it couldn't have been cat, or why it couldn't have been dog? I don't know why they targeted specifically ape. Because people who invested initially $70 million or something, they are apes also. That's how their brains are working. And now they invested a large amounts of money on this one. I don't know, like actually yesterday when I was in Budapest, I had to go there for some business works. I met someone like who has invested $200,000 on an NFT, but it seems the prices have fallen down 50% now, and nobody is buying his NFT. And he showed me one ape with I don't know like what type of things, because I'm not even concerned about like knowing the names or what type of things is that. Just one of the teeth is a golden color ape. And I was telling like, look, I bought this one, and like I bought it for $200,000. I don't know like what's wrong with this man really. And some people are even taking loan to buy NFTs. Can you imagine loans to buy NFTs? These people like rest in peace for their money, really. And I have seen all these things even before itself. When I was a teenager, I was seeing in the stock markets, people were taking big loans, 10% interest, 20% interest, and coming to markets, doing intraday trading, thinking like, okay, they will earn like, and they can pay back this 20% very easily, and they will make 100%, 80% is their money. All childish calculation, which will never ever work if you make it like that. Because if anybody could get a loan for 10%, and if they could make it for 100%, and 90% is their profit, if it is so simple, then everybody would do that one. Some people can do it. I'm not saying nobody can do. Definitely, some people can do it, but not everybody are capable of doing that one. It needs a lot of dedication. It needs a lot of focus. It needs a lot of education. It's a whole lot of stuff. The same thing I'm seeing now in NFTs. People are buying without knowing what they are buying. They're buying because there is hype. They bought this one. And one of my friend actually, who is investing before also a lot with Gains Associates, who are also one of our investors before during the IDO. He actually he invested in some of the metaverse lands actually, which was sold during this period. And he bought this land for $50,000. And now today, he's saying like literally no one wants to buy it. So effectively it's zero, the price of the land. So these things can really happen. You have to be very careful. And that is why I'm so careful in selecting the projects. I personally feel like Web 3.0 is not a, it's not a hype, or it's not something like, NFTs or this kind of monkey faces or JPEGs or something. It's very different, because Web 3.0 is like real, it's a new real software revolution. It really has a use case. In the future, now Google is tracking everything, whatever we are searching. They know who is searching what is the keywords that we are searching for. And they're using, this is what is big data is all about. They know what we are searching. They know what we are speaking about. They know what we want. And they're specifically targeting us with that kind of, advertisements. Imagine one day you are just searching for example, like Paris to Berlin for an air ticket, and you keep getting that advertisements afterwards. You keep getting that one on top or on the right side or something, whichever website you are visiting, because Google knows what you are doing. So for those reasons, actually, I mean, like in the future, like Web 3.0, it's like where you will be having control over your content and your internet system. That's going to be very huge. That's going to be really very huge. And that is why I don't think like even if the bubble or something else can happen. Of course, like every new technology, when it comes, it reaches a point which you can call as bubble, but then it slightly comes down and it gets saturated at some point, whatever prices it is, at the fair valuation. Something has to go beyond the valuation before. That's how all the things works. I have seen it in 1999 also, when the software new boom came and dot-com bubble came. The same Amazon, the same Microsoft, like they were going like anything. They were going like shit coins, like 30%, 40%, 100% in a day. And then like when everything settled down, when the dust started to settle down, like which stocks are still there today. Amazon is still there. Microsoft is still there. IBM is still there. These are the companies like which is still there, but like there are millions of companies which didn't have any technology, and they were not really software companies. They were also driving on this boom, and today they are nowhere. They all went bankrupt, or they don't exist at all today. So that is why, like, even when you invest in a hype, invest in those type of hype which has a technology and which has a future. And for me, that is Web 3.0. Because many things can be still built on Web 3.0 much more, like effectively than what it has been done in the past. For example, Steemit. Steemit was a platform like where you could write blogs, where you could write a story, or where you could write anything, and you were paid money if somebody likes your post. And those times, like even I had a Steemit account and I was blogging a lot about markets and these kind of things. And many people were liking it, and I was getting paid very good, to be honest. It was very nice. Now it was taken over by Tron, they bought this project completely. And Steam, it is like, there is no good user experience, and there is no good user interface, and it's all very difficult to handle. You need to know your private keys every time you are entering that platform. So the popularity came down a little bit. But if you can make a Facebook on this blockchain, then that's going to be a game changer. So that's how, like, I see Web 3.0. You can do so many things, because Web 3.0 is a very, very big and broad subject. It's not just restricted to only social media or something like that. So that's why I'm looking for more Web 3.0 projects. But currently, like, what I'm seeing is projects very similar to Filecoin, or building layer 2 on Filecoin. Layer 2 for Filecoin is not necessary. Filecoin is still scalable. Then you can think about it. It's like, creating Polygon Matic. Just the next day, Ethereum was launched, because Ethereum is not scalable. Ethereum became very unscalable after few years, but it didn't become unscalable on the day it got launched itself. So Filecoin is still very new, and I don't think like the scalability is even a question there. So that's why these are some kind of projects like who try to sell you something which is not really necessary or credible. So having said that, currently I'm still looking at Web 3.0 projects, and we will see like where we will end up. And currently, like, we are optimizing all the bots, and we are looking at it once again, and we are again and again like checking it, cross-validating it, and we are taking a sample data, we're testing on that one. We're doing all these kind of things. But as I said, like, we see only one major problem, that is in the range bound markets, the trend following bot doesn't work so well. We need like other kind of approaches, and that's what we are working on. We know exactly like what needs to be done, and what type of projects needs, what type of products we need to bring in and to mix that one. Definitely it will be there for sure. I'm sure like many of you might not be very satisfied, and I take this as a, like as a very good feedback. I know it very well, but we are on it. And once we are on it, like, we are working on it. And always you should know one thing, that research and development is something like where we have to spend some time on it. So once we spend time on it, and once we come out with a conclusion, then it is going to be an explosive, because after that we don't need to do the same things once again and again. But currently we are trying to fix some issues at the bottom, like from the root itself. And if we have to finish these issues at the root level, then we have to, like, have several kind of things. And for that one, I have seen the solution, which is creating trend following, mean reversion, momentum strategies, swing strategies, scalp strategies. We need to have all these type of strategies, and based on the markets, we need to, like, trade based on it. Because if it is like snowing very heavily, like, you would like to feel like drinking a hot cup of tea, not a big cup of ice cream, right? So if you eat a big cup of ice cream, then you'll be called as like boom, boom, cold ice cream baba. So you cannot do that one. When it's winter, you have to be different. When it's summer, you have to be different. In the same way, like, we have to create this one. I know we are working on it, and currently maybe it's not so perfect because it's not working in all types of markets. Although it's challenging, we can still improve it, and we are improving it. We are not sitting quiet. Definitely very, very soon, like, everybody will be very, very happy about everything. At the end of the day, it's very, very important for us and for me, for everybody, that we have to give a very good products, and we will give to everybody. I know like many people are sad and they keep fighting on it and everything. I do understand your frustration. I do understand like you're sad. I do understand that like it's our responsibility to satisfy all the clients, and we are doing that one. But also, you people have to understand one thing, that there is difference between, freedom of speech, and there is difference between insulting. And there is a thin line here, and everybody needs to keep that in mind. Because I'm listening to a lot of people who are close to me, and they're coming to me and they're writing emails, and they're even sending me some kind of screenshots, which I don't want to even see actually, because these are very toxic things. And that's why I came out of it. But still, they keep informing me about what's going on, saying like, we are not doing anything or something. It's not really true. We are working more than you can imagine, and we are working almost all the time. And these kind of works, like what we are doing, is very, very, very complicated thing. It's not like, going to a restaurant and asking a beef burger, and if you don't like it, you just throw and get a chicken burger. It doesn't work that way. We have to do a lot of tests, and this kind of building this kind of complicated systems is very, very, very difficult. And that is why we are trying to see like how we can make it work in all types of market. So that's why, like, please don't go on these kind of insulting things, or like these kind of things, because it's not good. And we don't belong to that category of people, like just sitting and quietly and laughing or something like that one. We are working more hard than anybody else. And like these insulting things are really very bad, because I heard like several things and I got to know many other things. And first of all, like, I would like to say something and take it as a warning, or take it as a kind of like reminder or something like that one. Like when people are supporting us, it means like they believe in us, they trust in us. And like even when I personally put the money on anything, I put the money on the business for sure, but I put more money on the people behind it, because it's the people who make difference. It's not other things. Because if a character of a person is bad, whatsoever he does will be bad. Got it? If a person is like, if the person itself is bad, it's a very, very fundamental thing. You can't do anything. If your seed is rotten, and if you put the seed, if you sow the seed, like in the land, then the very fruit or very plant that you will get is also rotten. So if they are believing in us and somebody calls them as like, cheerleaders or these kind of things, it's really insulting. And I have given clear instructions to our admin, ban any such person who uses insult. And trust me, this is my message. You are a tier 5% or tier 10%. I don't care about you. But if you have to be there, then don't, like bring in all these kind of insulting things or something like that one. We don't want that. You have the rights to criticize. You have the rights to voice out your, like sadness or something. Do it. Definitely do it. But there is no other community which is so much tolerant for all these things, what has been going on. Nobody does it. Do you remember, like, I think Edwin was there with us and some other people who are there here with us. We were all going to raid on 3 commas and other things. Those times we had a hype group where we used to go there, discuss there, to bring the people from there to us. We were not even speaking anything bad, but we were banned there. And I think Gabriel was banned even before he could start to speak. So we are not doing such things. We are tolerant, but don't take it as, like as a, like, don't take it like it's our weakness. Definitely not. Look, it even with, I'll tell you something. We made €1 million in profit. Okay, €1 million in profit. It's not revenues, it's profit. The money that we have in the bank account last year. We will be, like releasing our audited results balance sheets in a couple of months. Then it will be out in public. Anybody can see it on the website, or anybody can see it on, on the French companies, like council website or something like that. You can find it. That much money we are making, and we will make it more, because I know from where I can get the money. I know where to earn the money from. The infrastructure, what we are building, is priceless. I know how to market these things, and I know how to generate the revenues also. So I'm not scared, or I'm not thinking about any of these kind of insulting things. And if you are not satisfied, then we will try our best to satisfy you. We are trying new ways to, like bring in the solution. We're thinking about it. But even then, if you don't believe, like, we are sorry, like this is what we can do, and more we cannot do, because I cannot promise you something like I will get you in 1 week or 15 days or something, and then it will not happen. That's not how it works. And I will not make any promise to you if I know that I cannot meet that, or if it's unrealistic. If I make some promise to you, definitely I will keep the promise, no matter what it is. So even if you're tier 5, I don't care. I don't care. If you dump $50,000 worth of tokens, it's just like my 2 or 3 trades of profits. I will buy it back. Don't think like, $50,000 or like $200,000 or $300 is a big money. It's not a big money to me. It's not a big money to my company. Just a single arbitrage profit last month in December that we made in the name of Achintya Global Holdings SAS, which is the name of the company, that is the parent company of BCUBE, was 100,000 euros. Before that, in November, we made 200,000 euros profit. It's not big. We know how to make money, and we still have 100% equity in the company. That much of value, how much value it brings. If a company is making profit so quickly, so much scaling and having so much of technology, it's worth millions of dollars. I know from where I have to get the money and how I have to do the things. Even with zero clients using the bots, even without selling a single B-cube token of the company in the open market, we can sustain for next 5 to 7 years. 5 to 7 years we can sustain. So, dear Boom Boom Babas, I understand like what you're going through, and like I have empathy. Okay, I feel what you're feeling, and we are working on it. And you have to believe us, because we have been delivering so far whatever we have promised. And many people know me from more than 1 year. I didn't come from nowhere, and I'm not going from nowhere. Okay, and I have been here always. And even like when I want to bring, my own bot, which was my way of saying thank you for everybody who have been supporting me all the while, because there are a lot of people like to support you when you are flying very high, because success has a lot of fathers, but failure is always an orphan. When you are down, nobody wants to come to you. So failure is an orphan. When you're down, nobody wants you. When you are up, everybody wants to come. And everybody wants to come. They want to give you every kind of jobs, not Steve Jobs, but other type of jobs. But when you're down, nobody wants to give you a hand. But there are a lot of people who have been with me in good times and old times. That's why I was thinking of giving my own bot. Back then, when I was planning this one, we didn't have this type of big IT infrastructure. But now we have very robust IT infrastructure. We have many developers in the team. I can make this one. And then one of the members was saying like, there is one person speaking about it, saying like, this is because some bot was not working. So I had to come out with my own bot. It's absolutely crappy thinking. And if any people who are here like for more than 1 year with me, I'm sure like many are here, they know it for sure that I even had my own channel on Telegram those times, which was called as Big Balls Trading. And when I had this channel, at that point of time, the altcoin bot was called as Money Printer, because it was equally making money and I was also giving them money. So how do you justify any type of cover up here? It was there, and it is there even now, and it will always be there. It's independent. It's my game. Okay, it's my way of making my money. I take like less than minimum salary in my company. I don't even need my paycheck. Like I know how to generate my money. So in the same way, like I want to make my own bot, it's my happiness. And if you try to, like you turn all these things into like however you want, if you want to manipulate it, you're free to do it, you do it, but it's not the reality. That is why you be very careful with your words, with like criticizing or speaking about it, or like what's going on in your mind, then judging something or insulting something or coming to a conclusion without knowing something. System is not working is different, but saying like the person who is working in the system is corrupt. If you're saying someone is corrupt, you need to have an evidence to say why he is corrupt. And if you don't have, it's a defamation. So this is not good. So that is why all these boom boom babas have to understand, like they can express their things, but it doesn't mean like they have to insult each other. And they should not insult the people like, who are there since a long time, because these are the people who are genuinely interested. They listen to everything. They try to analyze. They're educated people. They're not just coming, out from kindergarten and who never went to school or something. Or there are other type of people who come with a running nose, with the finger inside their nose, and they don't know what they are doing actually. And these type of people, we cannot keep giving any kind of, answers or something like that. All I can say is like, On the long run, everybody will be happy. If you want to make short-term money, like there are so many ways to make it, like there are dog tokens, there are many other tokens. You can make money. If you're lucky, you can get in and get out like very easily. You can make a lot of money there. But if you want like the safest way to make a lot of money, then this is the company. Because this is the company which is backed by fundamentals, which is making €1 million in profit, which is having all the talents. And that much of profit was generated out of only 8 people or 7 people. So per person, we are generating a profit of 100,000 euros. Is there like any other project which is doing? I would be very happy to see it. All these projects will not survive if they cannot print their new tokens, or if they cannot print their tokens and sell it in the market to have their reserves. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. I will do some trades on the company's account and I will get the reserves ready in the company. That's it. It's so simple. So don't even compare us with anybody else. We are a sleeping giant. Okay, like once we wake up, like all the other people will sleep. We don't want to like go, like very fast, because we have a very, very calculated plan to do it. And how we want to do it is like, now we want to get this website ready. Once the website is finished, then we want to like completely, like get all this strategy of factory and everything. And then get some, sell some smart indicators and everything to hedge funds. And so many plans are there, like to go one by one. We can even like currently like this DSP regulations, once we get it, then we can again go back to the regulator and we can ask them like, look, can we give some kind of licensing fees for the token holders? Some kind of licensing fees out of whatever like licensing fees that we get from DASP license. Can we share it with the people? And right now we don't want to go to them with this question, because currently DASP is going on. And like, if you try to, there is already one thing which you are not finishing it yet. But if you go to the second topic, then they will feel like, okay, you are too much like coming after them with many questions and many requests, and they will not know what is your intention. Maybe tomorrow you will go to them and say that like, no, I want to declare a dividend, making it a security token. So they're very, very, very specific about that. You have to go one by one. You have to prove your credibility in one license, get that license, do your business, go for the second one, go for the second request afterwards. Then you will build a trust with your regulator. And when you build trust with regulator, then anything is possible. So that is why like there are a lot of things going on in my mind, which will make a valuable investment for all the token holders. Currently, who is using Avalanche token for paying the gas fees on Avalanche platform? Nobody. Who is using Solana token for paying the gas fees for the real use case of Solana thing? Nobody. There are millions of such tokens which people are having, but they are not really using it for the purpose why it has to be used. But in case of b-cube tokens, you can also use it. It is also having use case. And it is also coming from a very strong background. And I have led this company from the scratch, from 2 people in the community. And I even remember who were these 2 people initially when I started my Telegram community. You know who are those 2 people? It was the first thing was like Lord Giorgio, and another one was Gabor, who is my Hungarian accountant. Only these 2 people I started off with. And from that time, we have come to like 3,400 people. And we have come to the revenues of 24,000 euros to 1 million euros. And now from 1 million euros, we will go to 3 million euros. 3 million euros, we will go to 30 million euros. This is how like you will build your company. You will generate the profits. You will bring in more and more people. And all the people who are in the team, they are very, very, very talented people. If they're coming to work for b-cube, which shows like how much confidence they have to leave their very well-paid job and to leave their very stable job to work in this company, which is so new, which is always a question. Imagine like our lead quantitative researcher left CZAM, which is a unicorn, by the way, in France. He left that company to join us. And he led that company from 15 employees to almost like 150 now. And he has joined. All this shows like how much people have trust in the system. And someone simply coming and insulting each other, saying like, no, this is not AI. And I heard like one comment from one Boom Boom Baba. Really, I felt like really airdropping him some B-cube token. Like the moment I heard it, like it was so much full of ignorance. That was the, like highest level ignorance I have ever seen in my entire lifetime. He said like deep learning is necessary. Like this one came with at least like 10 laughing smileys in my email when I opened it. I was thinking like, who is this one? Like laughing smileys, so many things in the subject line. Like, is it a spam or something? Just open it like, no, it's someone whom I know. Like, I don't want to take their name. But when I saw the screenshot, like, my goodness, like it was so much boom boom mystic, because it said like the models like to make the prediction, deep learning is necessary. For deep learning, we need a very big hard disk drive. Hard disk drive. So hard disk drive is the real question here. So hard disk drive is keeping us away from deep learning then. Amazing conclusion, amazing conclusion. Just a hard disk, no? Then how much hard disk is necessary? We are already actually dealing with AWS. We are already dealing with Heroku. So how much hard disk is really necessary? We can put it, we can have like a very, like robust cloud ecosystem. We are actually working a lot on cloud these days, because yesterday we got this complaint from actually Imre wrote this problem with some of the users on Slack channel. There I was reading some of the people didn't get the trade of ETH intraday yesterday. Like they missed it. It's because like at that particular time, the Heroku server was out of service. And that is why like the, like the models generated the signals, but the execution engine could not pick up the signal. So that is why to solve this problem, we are hiring a DevOps now. And DevOps will be taking all our infrastructure from, Heroku to AWS. And there is many reasons behind it, because Heroku is 5 times more expensive than AWS. So we are paying a lot of money now for that one, and in the future as we scale, it's going to be lots and lots of money for us. So this is one point. And second point is like Heroku is always giving some problems these days. Last time also it happened, and even during the LTC, the trade like which ended up in -20, -23% respectively, the positional and short term, that was also because of this Heroku. I actually tweeted on Heroku and they replied to me yesterday. They commented on my tweet yesterday. So it's been 9 days, and they are thinking like 9 days somebody will be in a position getting wrecked after wrecked after wrecked. It's like you die and you will be, like resurrected back, and you will be killed once again, and you will be again resurrected, and you will be killed once again. So this is the logic of, their customer service. It's not like B-cube customer service, like where people can email and get their answer. It doesn't work like that with Heroku. We raised so many tickets, there was no answer. We took another plan, which is more expensive, and where we can have somebody on live chat with a support executive. Nobody is taking it. And all they could say is like, no, it is out of service, and we will update you very, very soon. That's it. No more things. So yesterday also we had this problem. So we are hiring a DevOps. It's a person like who creates a architecture, who designs the complete plan and to migration of the cloud infrastructure. So one DevOps will be there in the team, and he will completely focus on AWS. We're still thinking like whether it should be AWS or like some other web services, depending on the stability, depending on the pricing, depending on the scalability, of course. So I think AWS is the front runner as of now. We will be taking this decision next week, and then we will be going to, like a different infrastructure. So currently we are also looking for, we are expanding the team further. We are already 12 people now. So we'll be going to almost 16 to 18 people now. So we'll be hiring a backend senior Python developer, and we'll be getting a DevOps to take care of the cloud infrastructure. And we are also getting like other people like who are having experience with the sentiment analysis engines, working for respective companies for a long period of time. Because currently the quant whom we have, like he's a bit alone in this. And if he's going, like he can make it, but he will take a lot of time. But if he has like more resources and more people to share with, he can go much more faster, and results will be much more better. So our intention is always to get the best product out there and to get it at the shortest time span that we can. But as I said, like we consider ourselves as a research and development tech company here, like our everything, it's like our God is research and development here. So we have to make a lot, and after we get into some kind of conclusion, we have to validate that one also a lot of times. And once we validate this type of models, then we will, put it into dev environment, and then it comes to the production. So we are working on all types of things, all possibilities. We're very positive on getting the results going forward. So I have no doubts about where we are heading towards and what's going on now. Okay, then now I will quickly see some of the chats, and then I will. What about Cosmos? Cosmos is good. Will the personalized dashboard also be available in the updated website, or will it come at a later stage? Please. I mean the one, how much profit you made personally and such things. This will be there in the new website. This will be there in the new website, a personalized dashboard, like where you can see your own profits and your own execution prices and everything. Plus, you will also see a global view of your portfolio. I mean, like if you go to, for example, we will be showing in interactive graphs, like how much USDT you have, how much profits you made, and how much it's growing. And also you can integrate several exchanges on the same platform to see your portfolio on the website itself. You don't have to log into KuCoin to see what's going on in your KuCoin account. You can just see it on B-cube account itself. We are also trying to integrate even the interface of Binance on your screen itself, so that you don't have to even log into Binance to make manual trades. You can do it on the B-cube profile itself, platform itself. Well, Peter would go crazy. Sure. Will the factory of strategies select amongst all the coins, BNB, XRP, LTC, and use all strategies, or will it just use all different strategies on a single coin like BNB? It can be mixed. It can be mixed. There will be different type of products, like where the best strategies among the BNB will be only taken, or XRP will be only taken, or LTC will only be taken, or it can be mixed also. Mixed scenario can come in further down the line, but not so soon, because we are planning for this auto rebalancing portfolio allocation bundled bot, which is quite different from what you can find in the market now, because this one will bundle the bot, and it will also give the allocations for each strategy depending on the strength and depending on the statistical tools. So it's like it can someday it can pick like 70% ETH intraday bot and 30% like BNB some other bot, or it can pick like 20% BTC bot and 80% something else. So this is both of the scenarios are considered already. I'm looking forward to the market neutral strategies you mentioned on Twitter. Is it still planned? If as what would be a realistic ETA for them? It is still there in the plan. Definitely market neutral strategies are there, and that will be developed. But before that, we want to complete all this strategy of factory and all these things. So probably Q3 or something, you can expect market neutral strategies to come. Critics are okay because it can give you an idea how to upgrade something, but to insult, it's not okay. Critics are good, but still it depends on who is critiquing it, because more 100% of the critics that we hear, like we already know it. I've never heard any kind of like smart criticism so far, like where I felt like, okay, I didn't think about it so far. So that type of critics is what like I'm really looking forward for. Reflecting on Ya's question, the bundle bot could then select from a pool of coins or a pool of strategies. Thank you. Yes, exactly. As I said, like it can be two different things, like something selecting out of the same tribe, like from the same BTC tribe, the best strategies, or from the same tribe of BNB bots. It can be something like that, which will also be like one type of bots. And like we can also give like mixed strategies also. like with BNB, BTC, ETH, and Cardano or something like that one. And also like there can be another kind of scheme like where positional scalp can also be, like in different things, it can be taken like BNB positional and BTC intraday and ETH scalp. It can be like that also. So there will be several permutations and combinations of products. And also like once we have strategy of factory, like we will be like right now what you are seeing as ETH strategy or like BNB strategy, by default, the same strategy will be coming as a strategy which is coming from strategy of factory, which means like, for example, currently BNB positional strategy has some kind of conditions for triggering the buy or sell. So imagine like what strategy factory will do is like it will create 1000 variations of the same BNB positional bot. And among those 1000 different, variations, it will select the best variation that can be better for today's market. So the overall logic will remain the same, but the variations matters a lot. So it's a variations within the same strategy, or it can be variations among several strategies within the same coin, or it can be like various different strategies among different coins also, like something from BTC, something from ETH. So all these things will be different bots, which will be sold as a bundled bot or something like that one. And for the bundle bot, yes, like we will just not need this strategy of factory, but we will also need this portfolio allocation, because that is a kind of like very smart layer, which will also make this decision on how much weight it has to give on a single strategy in a single category, like on intraday category or positional category or scalp category, and amongst the same or amongst the different bots like BNB or ETH or something. Or it can be like, let me take, for example, XRP bots. XRP, we have scalp, we have short term, we have positional, we have intraday. So we have different variations here. So in the portfolio reallocation bot, what it can do is like it can take like BNB positional for 50%, BNB intraday for 30%, BNB intraday for short term for 10%, BNB scalp for another 10%. So it can even play within the same, the bot series, or it can play even among the different bot series also. So all these things are possible, but we need that portfolio allocation layer. So first layer is backtesting engine. Second layer will be to build what is that strategy factory, and then strategy selection, and then portfolio allocation. At the end comes build your own bot. And I think that's very important what you said. We should support criticism and open discussion, but we shouldn't tolerate insults or FUD. I will do better at promoting this in the public chat. If people can't ask their concerns in a professional and respectable manner, then they don't deserve to be in our community. The big difference between FUD and criticism. So I will do better at making the community. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's what exactly I'm telling about. Like, I mean, like you can tell what you want to say. You can say what you want to say, but there is a way to say it, and there is a borderline. I mean, like it should not be insulting and it should not be attacking really, but you can say, and no one is like, closing your mouth, like not to speak or something like that. We are the most tolerant. I'll tell you, we are the most tolerant community. I've seen like other communities like where they will not tolerate even this much, but we will tolerate even going forward also. Nobody will be kicked out for no reason, but insulting is really bad, especially for those like who understand what we are doing and they support us. And for them calling like cheerleaders and all these things, these are very cheap language. Even I can use like many languages like that, but why is it even necessary? Like, and you should not waste your time and energy on these kind of things. If you're so much convinced and completely knowing like this is not going to work, then you can just simply leave, do something else. In my life, I understood one thing: you can buy anything using money. Like with money, you can buy anything that you want on this world. You can buy literally anything that you want if you have money. I'm telling you honestly, I know it. But only one thing you cannot buy, and that is time. If you waste your time, no matter how many millions or billions of dollars you are ready to pay, you will never get back that time once again. So don't waste your time and others' time also, because you FUD and others have to like counter your FUD. Why wasting time unnecessarily? A friend of mine, unfortunately, he's not with us anymore, said if you do bad things well, those are still bad. And if you do good things badly, those are still good. That's nice to hear. A lot of free cola from you, my friend. Oh, Gabriel, how can I forget you? That cola joke brought us together more than 1 year ago. If you want the safest way to make a lot of money, this is the company. This is exactly why I'm getting more and more bullish on BQ. Thank you, my friend. That's really true. But there, you know what Boom Boom Baba will tell you? Boom Boom Baba will tell you like the easiest way to make money is to become an escort. This is how Boom Boom Babas think. So don't say that like anywhere else, because Boom Boom Baba will not let you say this one. But anyway, I understand what you're saying. That's very nice to hear that you work a lot. You were thinking I'm not working so far. And that my humble suggestion is that from time to time you get rest so you don't burn out from the work. Thanks for your concern, but actually burning out is not really true in my case, because if I really feel tired or something, then I would like to take rest. But in my case, I'm so lucky and fortunate that my profession and my passion is the same. And I love to do what I am doing. I mean, like every day in the morning when I wake up, I feel so happy that I have another fresh day today, and how I can brainstorm, what I can bring new things today, and how better I can give the products to our users, and how I can, you know, add more value to the company, speak with my colleagues, speak with my partners, speak with new partnerships, growing BCube. It's just something very natural to me, because I think about only one thing, like how to make the lives of the users better, and how to live a very meaningful life. That's very important to me, because living 100 years is not necessary, and it's not even needed. If you don't do anything, you can just live like 50 years and you can die, but you should have done something like to feel very happy about it. When you die, you should have a smile on your face, like yes, you did something and you are happy about it. But you know, like living 100 years and crying, this is not me at all. So that's why like I'm always having this one to keep something new and do something great things in this world. And that's always there in my mind, and that's why I keep working on it. And I'm enjoying absolutely this journey with every one of you. I can do right really stupid things for BCube airdrop saves. That's the thing. Oh no, Zero, don't do that, please. Then I will get more emails from people, please. No. If you know that movie, I give you $1 if you just shut up. And then there is one more thing also, like people whom I'm saying like speaking FUD and speaking this kind of, you know, insulting things and wrong things. I just don't want these people to be around me, because I always surround myself with good people, nice people who tell me a lot of things. And if they don't like something, they will speak with me and I listen to them. I have no problem about that. But if someone is like repeatedly insulting, I don't want. I blocked few people in the last few months actually, because they were doing it, and they're sending an email to support that I am blocking them and I should unblock them and this is not good and everything. Boss, it's my freedom, okay? And why should I take your insults and like I should keep allowing you? I will do what I want. Like you cannot question like my action, right? And the relationship that you have, if it is with me, then behave in a friendly manner, or like provide some kind of value in a best possible way. But if you keep insulting my people, if you keep insulting the people who are believing in it, and trust me, the people who are backing us, our BCube, are not stupid people. They're very educated people coming from very good schools, having very good education. They're having PhDs. They're all, you know, like very smart people. And don't try to, you know, make fun out of their smartness and try to prove that like you are smarter than them. You are not, clearly. And if I am banning you, I am banning you. That's it. I will do it. If you are like that type of a person with whom I cannot communicate, and I don't hesitate to ban you, I will do that. I'll definitely do that, because all I want is like to get newer ideas. And if you have better idea than me, please tell me. I will even announce a bounty for you if you want. I will pay it from my own pocket, not even touching from BCube money. but just add value in anything that you do, or in your personal life or in professional life or with me or something. If there is something to learn from you, for me or for my team, we will definitely listen to you. If you got some technology, if you have some advice, if you know how we can grow 10 times more, definitely we are all ears for this kind of things. I have like many of the people like who give me a lot of coaching. They're in like coin market cap, top 100, top 50 projects, and even much more narrower also. You will start to guess. So I don't want to take their names. They give me like excellent things. And because they have been there, they have done it. And these are the people whom I look up to. And if you have like something very similar, like, then just give me. Sure, I will take it. How will the bots will make money if there are a lot of users? When we go there, I will answer to you. You don't worry about it. There are like millions of companies which is there in this business. They are making money. Why do you worry about that? I've already thought like many different ways to sort out this problem, because like there are aggregators, for example. You must be knowing 1inch, that is for decentralized exchanges. There are like similar things for centralized exchange also. And one of the project like is a very well-known person to me, because one of our angel investors is an advisor for them, and we will take the help from them, and we will try to bifurcate the orders between different exchanges. We will sort it out. It's not a problem. It's not really a problem. Looking forward for big announcement. Yes, it will be happening between 14th to 21st. And there will be much bigger announcement going in the next months. That is absolutely sure. What is this? Gabriel, I only accept B-cubes. Okay, that's great. Guru is a great Baba banner. What? Baba banner. That's a good one. Come to Malaga and relax a few days. I will arrange it. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Look at like Ronnie. Like Ronnie has been a very big supporter, because he is one of the biggest referrer for B-cube products. He brought like so many clients, and he has added value to B-cube. He's not a boom boom Baba. He's a real Malaga Baba, because he lives in Malaga, and he adds a lot of value to the company so far. He bought a lot of clients, and he's very good. Like when he messages me something, like he messages me always like things that make sense, and that's what really I appreciate. Definitely, thank you for the invitation, Ronnie. I will think about it. In addition, you also cannot buy any of the following with money: love, friends, loyalty, and when. That's really true, my friend. But even you can actually get fake love and fake friends and fake loyalty and fake brain with money. Still, it's fake. It's not really that. You can still buy it. It's like if people know like you're popular, or if you have money or something, like everybody is your friends and everybody loves you very much. They will do whatever you want them to do. But of course, like the real values or something, like you cannot get it. That's true. As the arbitrage bot will be used by B-cube, is there other DeFi bots you're planning to open for clients? Definitely, there are some things going on in the mind. Definitely, it will be informed at the right time. Definitely, there is something which is going on in the mind. Because I'm also thinking of like creating another protocol once we finish all these things which is there in the roadmap, which will be another decentralized hedge fund protocol, which will be completely different. And maybe we will make another token for that one. That will be a completely new token. That will not be a B-cube token, but B-cube holders and B-cube stakers will get that new token as APY by holding the B-cube token. So incentivizing B-cube token holders with the new token. So it will be a completely new project. I'm thinking about that one. That's always there. Can I add a Rose bot to the Telegram? We can create an intro message that says rules of the bot, and then I can program the into messages to delete after 6 months. So chat clean and organized. Yes, you do whatever you want to do. You have been the best guy. You have been handling it so well. So you know it better, and I will not dispute anything that you do. You have the control. Do it. What you feel is right. It would be perfect, I'm sure. I hope your wealth is better than before COVID. Pray for you. I think you meant my health, and you mistyped with wealth. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Like it was just a terrible 2 days. After that, third day and fourth day, like I was getting fine, and fifth day I was totally fine. It's COVID is called as like C flu, in my opinion. It's called as COVID flu. It's nothing much more serious than that one. To just humble as you were, because when the company grows, ego will be tested. GJ for these meetings. I don't know, dude. I don't care about these things. Zero. Then I should rephrase that. I will give you $1 worth of b-cube token if you just shut up. Cool. Okay, always great hearing your vision and passion. Thank you for your energy. I love to be b-cube investor. Remember to let me know if you go to Copenhagen. Definitely, Henrik, I will let you know. Maybe in the near term, I might not be going to Copenhagen, but definitely if I make it, then I will let you know about it. Always great hearing your vision. Okay, it's the same message. Definitely, I will let you know. From Bruce Banner to Baba Bell. Baba Bell. If you go to Malaga, tell me to. Sure, Hector, I will let you know about it. You can also get fake time even for free. Just shift the clock. Just fixing the clock. It doesn't work because maybe I can say that it's 4:22 now, but it's still 5:22. It's not the same. Best microclima in Europe. Okay, I mean, you are telling about Malaga. Sure. I love Spain, by the way. I've been to a lot of Spanish cities. It's amazing. Cool, guys. Like, it was amazing to speak with you all. And as you all might be knowing, that we don't really have any weekends, actually. You see, like, still I'm wearing my b-cube shirt and like I'm working like as usual. And it's a working day at b-cube, and tomorrow also. Today we had to like do some quant work related things. We were not able to find senior quant, so I had to step in myself, like, to senior quant. So I am the de facto head of the quant as of now, until we really get the senior quant. Like optimization and looking at the new models and validating that one, testing it, everything. I'm doing it myself now. And I'm also making a marketing plan, because we once we have the new website, then immediately the new marketing will start. I have all the agents ready on my list, and I have all the influencers ready on my list who are actually promoting trading projects and these kind of things. They are the target people for us, because our target audience is listening to these kind of people. If we go to any YouTube influencers, it will not really help, because some YouTube influencer focuses on NFTs, someone focuses only on IDOs, someone focuses only on blockchains. So I have completely written down everything whom I have to focus. So once we have the new website and new value proposition, we are going to them. A lot more people will come to know about b-cube, and a lot more people will buy the b-cube tokens. The only reason why we kept the products expensive is because we want everybody to buy b-cube tokens, and we don't want anybody to pay with fiat currency. We don't want that. We just take it for free and trade for free. Imagine a person who is on the tier 5 right now. If he has selected 250 euros for 5 bots, which is 1,250 euros per month, and if he has like used it for almost, let me say, like for 6 months also, then it is almost like 7,500 euros. So you saved 7,500 euros for an investment of 50,000 euros. So for 50,000 euros, 7,500 euros is almost like 15%. So you got incentivized 15% of the money that you invested in the token in the form of products and services. This is the best APR that people can ever imagine, because other APRs, like, which is paying you, but those APRs again is giving you the tokens. And if the token prices falls down, then you are losing it actually. But here, like, you are getting the exposure to the product directly and services directly. So it is far more rewarding than just giving you the free tokens. So in this way, like, you are earning a lot at the same time, and you are making good money. And like, within 1 year of time, you will be making almost like how much it is, like 15,000 euros worth of free services. So that's amazing. That's really amazing. So use the b-cube tokens and stake it and use the products for free. You don't really need to buy the b-cube bots. And even that is not even logical for me, because if you're buying for 1 month 250 euros, and if you're spending the same money for 4 months, which is 1000 euros, instead of that, why don't you buy the token for 1000 euros and directly stake it? You can get it for life. You can even switch from one bot to another bot and another bot to another bot. If you don't like it something, you can try so many different things. But if you are buying it using fiat currency, you cannot change it. You have to remain with the same thing, or you have to call us and you have to make all these manual operations. So that's why you have to use b-cube tokens. We will be having like fresh like users this month itself. A lot of new users are going to join because of the partnership. And next month also, like, we are doing something. And after that, we will in another 4 months or something, we might have the new website. Then we will go on full on marketing. We will have so many things at that point of time to say to the people that, like, look, we have strategy of factory. We have so many things which nobody has. This is our competitive edge over our competitors. And we have, like, many more things going on. And we have like Launchpad also. In the Launchpad, like, we make allocations to people and people are happy about it. There are many projects like Polka Starter and all this place, like, they do only this business and they are having very incredible amount of market cap, and we don't even have fraction of it. And we are doing so many other things. Why? Because people don't know. And now this is the time for us to make people know about us. They should hear us. And that is why once a new website is done, we are going to spend a lot of money on marketing. Everybody will listen. Everybody will know about us. So more and more users will come, which means more and more pump to the token, and more people using it's more and more revenues. If we have more revenues, then we will think more about hiring new people, thinking about new directions, reinvesting the money in the business. We are doing the same thing what Amazon did back in like early 2000s. All the money what they were making in the selling of the books on their e-commerce platform, everything they put it on AWS. And today AWS is a business like that is giving huge amount of money for Amazon. It's not Amazon.com which makes money. Amazon.com doesn't make so much of money because e-commerce business will not make so much money. It's the cloud infrastructure of AWS that is really making money. So in the same way, like, we are reinvesting all the profits in the technology, building the frameworks, building new technology, building all new things from the foundation, making our own IP, because IP is the real asset of a company, especially for a tech company. If you have like unique IPs, and if you hold complete IP over it, then that is your asset. Whatever b-cube has built so far, everything is our own technology, except technical analysis screener. Technical analysis screener was built using open source codes, which is available on GitHubs. And we took it, and like now we are trying to use something of our own based on those open source codes and then make it. But the problem is, like, when you use open source codes and when you try to add your own substance to it, it's called as like code contamination. Means you cannot mix with open source with something what you have done. If you mix it, then the whole thing should become open source also. Anyway, if we make it like we are ready to like even open source that one, but we are thinking what we have to do. So except technical screener, everything else is completely in-house built. We are very rich even in terms of intellectual property. So we have a lot of things and amazing things are going on. Our future is absolutely bright than any other project that I know so far, because we tick all those things what others cannot do it. We became profitable at the shortest time span, and we reached €1 million in profit at the fastest pace, when anybody who is running a startup will know how difficult it is to reach this mark. It's not so easy to make it, but we have done it. We have done it already. It's not even a plan. We have done it already. And going forward, like, we will make even much more greater things. We keep building the project. We keep building the products. We keep building infrastructure, everything. And once we have all these things, like, there will be no looking back. Then we will serve, like institutions, everybody. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. As I've always said, and as I've always seen it as my vision, and what I am taking the company really towards that vision with actions and with results, that I want to see this bigger than Goldman Sachs going forward for cryptocurrencies. Like, whatever traditionally you can do in traditional finance, the same thing you should be able to do it in cryptocurrencies also. And that is what I'm extremely focused on. I'm also thinking about one another thing, which has been the request of some people, like how we can buy b-cube using credit card or debit card. I know this is there in my mind, and I've been thinking about it. I have found something, and I will make some progress, and I will make it possible as soon as possible, like for you to buy b-cube tokens just using your credit card, like not to go through everything, but just use your credit card and you have b-cube tokens. This is one thing. And also, like, there is one more boom boom baba conception that we should have gone to centralized exchanges after making a lot of good name and like being very famous, and that is why we don't have volumes. This is what is called as boom boom baba special, because it's not true. The volumes are bad on Hotbit exchange because we have not added liquidity at all on Hotbit. We added like only $5,000 worth of liquidity, just $5,000, compared to $400,000 on Uniswap. So that is the difference. If we add a lot of liquidity on Hotbit, we can do it also. But we made this small liquidity on Hotbit only because we wanted people to buy like $50, $100, because before that was told to me that people want to buy for very small money, like $50, $100. So for that money, I thought like, okay, Hotbit is enough. And I am not having that much of confidence to put 100,000, 200,000 into Hotbit. Definitely not. So my vision is very simple. Grow the business, have the new website, bring in all the new stuff, have the new products, have more people on the platform. And with these people and this platform, go with a market maker, create more volumes using a market maker. Because if our quants had time, they could do it themselves, like this market making strategies, but they are very busy with something. So we will go for an external market maker, and market maker will increase our volume. So once we have more volume, then we will knock the doors of very big exchange, saying like, look, we have these many thousands of users. This is the millions of dollars worth of trading volumes we generate every single day. And this is where our company stands. And this is what we are doing. And this is who we are. This is the kind of licenses we are having. Would you like to list us? Definitely, it's going to work. Maybe they might ask some money. That's okay. We will list it. So that's how we will go. And once we are listing on a good exchange, then I will be more comfortable in adding bigger liquidities, like 200K or 300K or 400K. We can add it, but not on Hotbit. Hotbit was made especially for people who would like to buy $50, $100 worth of b-cubes. For that one, it serves the purpose, not for really for large amount buyers. So if you want to buy for $10,000, why you are crying about like, gas fees? Because $30 nowadays it's happening on Ethereum, and $30 is not a lot of money if you're buying for $10,000. It's like 0.3%. It's not so huge. So that's why I have even the marketing plan, how to go and when to go. That is very important, because we can go whenever we want, but we will lose money and we will waste money. And I am not a person who will waste even a single euro for nothing. When I spend even a single euro, I think a lot. If it's really necessary, is it going to be really successful? Only then I put my euros there. If I'm having even a little bit of doubt, like, no, I will not approve any kind of such transactions going forward. So that's why marketing plan is there, business plan is there, tech plan is there, everything is coming together. And there is nothing like which I see as a threat at this point of time, and things are going great. So having said this one, yeah, I would like to wind up this session, and it was great talking to you all. It was amazing talking to you. As always, like I will always keep in touch with you all on Twitter Spaces. You can always join me there, and you can get some kind of news or my trades or something on my Twitter. You can follow me there, and definitely many people who are here are there already. But if you're not there yet, you know where to find me. And of course, you can join my Twitter Spaces, which is a very nice chat, and we always enjoy it. That's it, guys, from my side. I hope you are having a very great weekend, and have a very nice weekend. Enjoy. Have a beer, whiskey, whatever you want, or just even lime juice, or just water at least, if you want. And I will take your leave now. Wishing you all the best, and we will keep in touch on other platforms. Until then, very nice evening. Thank you all, and thank you once again. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.